Hello and welcome friend. In this video we discuss derivative of a function of complex variable where the algebra of the derivable functions and Cauchy-Riemann equations regarding the function of complex variable are now we are going to discuss in this video. Friend, in the video on derivative of function of complex variable, we have seen how to find the derivative of functions of complex variables. Here the concept of uh, algebra, that is whenever we have two functions which are derivable, and what about the addition of that two functions, are they derivable, is that addition is derivable or not. This is main questions which we have now taken for discussions. For that we prove theorems. The derivative of two functions, uh, the derivative of two functions. Let us consider that functions small f and capital F exist. So this is our first part of this theorem. If the derivative of two functions exist at z, then number one, then d by dz of f of z plus capital F of z equal to f dash of z plus capital F dash of z. Now second, d by dz of f of z into capital F of z equal to f of z into capital F dash of z plus f dash of z into capital F of z. And third one, that is d by dz of small f of z divided by capital F of z equal to capital F of z into f dash of z minus small f of z into capital F dash of z divided by f of z capital F of z whole square. So these are the results which we are going to prove. Friend, you are familiar with the results of real analysis. Here the similar proof is used to prove this. A similar method is used to prove this theorem. So whenever, let us prove this, we consider that suppose w equal to f of z plus capital F of z, then delta w equal to small f of z plus delta z plus capital F of z plus delta z minus small f of z plus capital F of z. And we know that delta z equal to delta x plus I into delta y. Now let us calculate this f of z divided by delta w divided by delta z. Then we have small f of z plus delta z plus capital F of z plus delta z minus small f of z minus capital F of z divided by capital delta z. Now you can see that we can separate two functions, small f of z and capital F of z. So let us separate this and we get that f of z plus delta z minus f of z, small f of z function divided by delta z plus capital F of z plus delta z minus capital F of z divided by delta z. Now let us take the limit. Therefore dw by dz equal to limit delta z tends to 0 of delta omega by delta w by delta z equal to limit delta z tends to 0 small f of z plus delta z minus f of z divided by delta z plus limit delta z tends to 0 capital F of z plus delta z minus capital F of z divided by delta z. Now you can see that this is nothing but f dash of z plus capital F dash of z. So derivative of the function f of z plus delta z is f dash of z plus capital F dash of z. Okay, so let us prove the second part. Whenever this is a product of these two function f of z into capital F of z. So let us take the product. Now here this w is equal to f of z into capital F of z, small f of z into capital F of z. Then delta w equal to small f of z plus delta z into capital F of z plus delta z minus f of z into capital F of z. Delta w divided by delta z equal to this small f of z plus delta z, capital F of z plus delta z minus small f of z into capital F of z divided by delta z. So here we need an term small f of z plus delta z minus f of z. For this purpose we add and subtract one term here. From addition and subtraction will give us a separate part of these small function and capital function. So therefore we are adding here f of z, small f of z and capital F of z plus delta z, small f of z into capital F of z plus delta z minus small f of z into capital F of z divided by delta z. Now from the first two terms you can see that we can take capital F of z plus delta z common. So whenever capital F of z plus delta z is common, we get small f of z plus delta z minus small f of z divided by delta z. This will be the first part. Plus now from this second two terms let us take small f of z common. Whenever we take small f of z common, we get here capital F of z plus delta z minus capital F of z divided by delta z. Now if we take the limit of this function dw divided by dz, that means limit of delta w divided by delta z, where delta z tends to 0. So this is equal to limit delta z tends to 0 of this whole part capital F of z plus delta z into small f of z plus delta z minus f of z divided by delta z in the first part plus small f of z into, in the second part, capital F of z plus delta z minus f of z divided by delta z. Okay, so this is equal to, you can see that here this z into f of z, delta z tends to 0, thus so this part becomes 0 and we get capital F of z into the derivative of this part, this is limit delta z tends to 0. So this is nothing but f dash of z plus capital F of z into, here we get capital F dash of z. So here dw divided by dz equal to, we get this derivative capital F of z into f dash of z plus small f of z into capital F dash of z. Now let us prove the third part of this theorem, which is about the fraction, that is small f of z divided by capital F of z. Again we apply the same procedure to prove this third result, and we consider delta w as a function small f of z divided by capital F of z. Now if we take here w equal to small f of z divided by capital F of z, then delta w equal to f of z plus delta z divided by capital F of z plus delta z minus small f of z divided by capital F of z. Okay, this is equal to taking the LCM, small f of z plus delta z into capital F of z minus small f of z into capital F of z plus delta z divided by capital F of z plus delta z into capital F of z. Okay friends, now we have in our hand limit of f and capital F is exist. That means we need the term small f of z plus delta z minus f of z divided by delta z. So anyhow we will arrange that term in these fractions. So you can see that whenever we take f of z plus delta z into f of z minus small f of z into capital F of z plus small f of z into capital F of z minus small f of z into capital F of z plus delta z divided by capital F of z plus delta z into capital F of z. From the first two terms we can take capital F of z common, and from the last two terms of the numerator we can take small f of z common minus small f of z common. So this will gives us this. Then let us take delta w divided by delta z. Delta w divided by delta z, let us take f of z common, common into the first part will be here. I will separate the denominator, and here we can write this is in the whole numerator. Okay, so this is f of z plus delta z into f of z. So in the numerator we have f of z plus delta z minus small f of z. So let me write explicitly so that you can see it correctly. So I will delete this part, and I hope you get this part, and you can see that. Let me write this as a delta w divided by delta z. This is equal to capital F of z into small f of z plus delta z minus f of z divided by delta z. Now minus small f of z common into capital F of z plus delta z minus capital F of z divided by delta z, and the denominator as it is. You can see in the denominator we have capital F of z plus delta z into capital F of z. Now let us apply the limit. So in the limiting case, this will be dw by dz. This term is independent of delta, so it remain as it is. F of z, what this is the f dash of z derivative minus here f of z into this is capital F dash of z, and in the denominator you can see that this term will be 0. So we have f of z into f of z, and that will be capital F of z whole square. So this is all about the derivative of algebra of a derivable functions of a complex variable. Now let us see one important theorem about the complex analysis, and which is named after Cauchy and Riemann as a Cauchy-Riemann theorem. So let us see the statement of that theorem. I am going to write here the statement of this theorem. This is very important. Cauchy-Riemann theorem, or these are the Cauchy-Riemann equations. These are called as a Cauchy-Riemann equations. Suppose that here we are taking, suppose that f of z equal to u of x comma y plus I into v of x comma y, and f dash of z exist at any point z0 equal to x0 plus I into y0, then the first order partial derivatives of u and v, first order partial derivative of u and v must exist at x0 comma y0, and they must satisfy Cauchy-Riemann equations. What are that equations? Ux, that is partial derivative of u with respect to x. This is the symbol which we are now using to denote the partial derivative of the function u, small u, which is function of two variable x and y. Therefore there is a partial derivative with respect to x and with respect to y. So this partial derivative of of u with respect to x is equal to vy, that is partial derivative of v with respect to y, comma uy, partial derivative of u with respect to y equal to minus v into x. These are the derivatives. Okay. Now there also f dash at z0 can be written f dash of z0 equal to ux plus I into vx. So derivative we have seen that f dash of at z0 equal to f of z0 plus delta z0 minus f of z0 divided by delta z0 when limit delta z0 tends to 0. This is the derivative. But here using this Cauchy-Riemann equations, we have this formula f dash of z0 equal to ux plus I into vx, where these partial derivative are to be evaluated at x0 and y0, where these partial derivatives are to be evaluated at the point x0 comma y0. So this is the Cauchy-Riemann equations, Cauchy-Riemann theorem, where you can see that we have taken f of z equal to u of x comma y plus I into v of x comma y, and the derivative of this function exists. Whenever this derivative of this function exists, then this derivative must satisfy the Cauchy-Riemann equations, and also this f dash at z0 is equal to u of x plus I into v of x. So let us prove this theorem. In the proof we have what is a function? Function is a u of x comma y. So let us see here, function is f of z equal to u of x comma y plus I into v of x comma y, and suppose that let we are considering this function, also suppose that f is derivable at z0, where z0 is nothing but x0 plus I into y0. Then you know that delta z equal to what? Delta x plus I into delta y. So this is the function which we have taken as a u of x0 x comma y plus I into v of x comma y. Now we take w equal to f of z, w equal to f of z. So therefore we have u of x comma y plus I into v of x comma y. Then delta w equal to, what is delta w? F of z plus delta z. Here we are taking the derivative at the point z0. So we take this point at a z0. Now f of z0 plus delta z minus f of z0 equal to, so f of z equal to u of x comma y, then f of z0 plus delta z. So that will be here, this will be u of x0 plus delta x comma y0 plus delta y plus I into v of x0 plus delta x comma y0 plus delta y minus u of x0 comma y0 minus I into v of x0 comma y0. Now let us take as a delta w divided by delta z. Delta w divided by delta z, u of x0 plus delta x comma y0 plus delta y minus here u of x0 comma y0 plus I into let us take I common, I into V of x0 plus delta x comma y0 plus delta y minus V into x0 comma y0 whole divided by delta z. Call this as a equation number 1. Now we know that this point z x0 y0 this is approaches along imaginary axis and along real axis. Okay. So here we take, that means delta x and delta y approaches 0, delta z tends to 0, 0 comma 0 along any direction. Okay. Therefore, we consider first along vertical direction, that is delta x comma delta y tends to 0 comma 0 along horizontal, that means along horizontal where delta x tends to 0 and where delta y equal to 0, on the real axis, and therefore delta z changes to delta x only. Delta y tends to 0 and delta x, this will be delta z will be delta x, and there hence this dw divided by dz equal to here limit delta x tends to 0, u of x0 plus delta x. Now you can see that delta y already 0, so this is y0 minus u of x0 comma y0 and divided by, this will be delta x, since delta z equal to delta x, plus I into limit delta x tends to 0. You can see that here u of x0 plus delta x comma y0 minus v of x0 comma y0 divided by delta x. What is this? This is a derivative with respect to x of the function u. So we write in the short form as a ux plus I into, this second term is a derivative with respect to x of the function v. So here dw divided by dz equal to what we get, ux plus I into vx. Let us call it as a equation number 2. Now when delta x comma delta y tends to 0 comma 0 along imaginary axis, whenever this term tends to 0 comma 0 along imaginary axis, then delta x equal to 0, and therefore delta z will be you can see that I into delta y. So let us take the derivative along imaginary axis. Now then from equation 1 we can write as like equation 2 where we have this term delta w divided by delta z equal to, from this equation we have delta x equal to 0, so this will be u of x0 comma y0 plus delta y minus u of x0 comma y0 divided by I into delta y, since this delta z is I into delta y, plus I into what we get here, u of here now limit we are taking delta y tends to 0, limit delta y tends to 0, v of x0 comma y0 plus delta y minus v of x0 comma y0 divided by I into delta y. You can see that this I get cancel. Now here is a plus sign, so we write it as a minus I square. Now minus I square is minus 1, minus become plus, this I square and I get cancel, and we have simply I there. So in that part will be become imaginary part of this expression. Then you can see this is equal to, in the limiting case we are applying the limit, so this will be dw, limit delta z tends to 0, delta w divided by dz equal to minus this is u, derivative of u with respect to what, y. So this is uy plus I into minus I into plus. Now here this is a vy, okay. So this is equal to vy minus I into uy, equation number 3. But the derivative is a unique, therefore if the derivative is unique, we have to write this as a equate this term, this equation number 1 and 2, as derivative is unique, this value must be equal. As this value must be equal, that means here from equation from 2 and 3, from 2 and 3 real part equal to real part and imaginary part equal to imaginary part. So real part means what we get, ux equal to vy, and what is the imaginary parts? Imaginary parts, this gives us uy equal to minus vx. So we have an Cauchy's equations. Whenever the function is derivable at this point, then we have the Cauchy's equations, ux, that is partial derivative of u with respect to x, equal to partial derivative of v with respect to y. So these are the equations, Cauchy-Riemann equations. Now let us see one problem where we calculate the derivative of the function using this Cauchy-Riemann equations. Okay. So the problem is like, problem show that the function f of z equal to z square is a differentiable everywhere and f dash of z equal to 2z. Okay. So let us prove this, let us find the solution. Let f of z equal to z square. We write z equal to x plus iy. So this is equal to x plus iy whole square. Therefore f of z equal to x plus iy whole square, this gives us x square plus iy whole square plus 2xiy. I square is minus 1, so this is equal to x square minus y square plus 2ixy. Now comparing this with let us compare this u of x comma y plus I into v of x comma y. Therefore u of x comma y equal to x square minus y square and v of x comma y equal to 2ixy, right. Then let us calculate the derivative ux equal to derivative with respect to x. When we calculate the derivative with respect to x, y is constant. Therefore we have derivative of x only tx and derivative of constant is 0. uy equal to, when we differentiate with respect to y, partially x is constant, so its derivative will be 0 minus 2y. Similarly vx equal to 2 here is I 2 into y, right, 2 into y. x is a constant term, right? uh, uh, when y is a constant and vy equal to 2x. Now you can see that here ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus vy. CR equation, that is Cauchy-Riemann equations are satisfied. Equations are satisfied and therefore the function is differentiable everywhere. Okay, and what is the f dash of z? F dash of z equal to ux plus I into vx. Therefore f dash of z equal to, what is ux? Ux is a 2x plus I into, what is vx? 2y. Therefore this is equal to 2 into x plus iy, and 2 into x plus iy is z. So 2z, hence f dash of z equal to f dash of z equal to 2z. So this gives us how to find the derivative in a simple way. Cauchy-Riemann equations are very useful in finding the derivatives. So friend, here we have discussed the algebra of derivable functions, then Cauchy-Riemann equations, one theorem of this Cauchy-Riemann equations where we get an idea of finding the derivatives, and one problem here we have calculated the derivative of the function f of z equal to z square, where we get that f dash of z equal to 2z by using the CR equation, that is the Cauchy-Riemann equations. Thank you friend, thank you for watching.